What's going on, y'all? Attorney Tom here. Time for another episode of
Case or No Case,
where I react to dumb people doing dumb things on the internet, and I tell you whether or not they have a case.
Long story short.
Don't cut off your ankle monitor. Don't do that. They get an alert the second you cut off your ankle monitor. You're only going to incur, you're gonna go back to jail. You're gonna get off the probation. That's true, because they're going to take you to jail. No.
I am no longer a citizen of America. Colombia is my new home, and will be for the next 5 years.
Okay, there's a couple things wrong with that. First, if you're going to flee the country, don't post yourself doing it on social media, and don't say what country you're going to. And I don't want to hear anybody in the comments saying, oh, this was a decoy, blah, blah, blah. He's probably in another country that's not Colombia. He's trying to throw people off his trail. No, even if that's the case, if the feds know you flew the country, they can probably trace where you posted this social media via IP address, trace your plane tickets. There's no escaping. Second, if you're going to flee the country, flee to a country that does not have extradition. Actually, I need to look.
time to Google.
Okay. I take back what I was gonna say. I thought Colombia had extradition. Apparently it doesn't have extradition. So if you're gonna flee the country, you don't want to flee to a country with extradition, because what that means is the US will just get you sent back to the US. And why arbitrary 5 years? If you run from the feds, you are running away for life. It's not like they just forget after 5 years. They still get a knowledge hammer. Still get a knowledge hammer. Do not do this. I was gonna make a comment how he wasn't wearing a hard hat, but him wearing a hard hat is clearly not the biggest workplace hazard. It is himself.
Boy, if you don't get...
Oh wait, we're playing Case or No Case. Okay, backtracking. This guy obviously doesn't have a case. This was self-inflicted. So this is not a case because this is self-inflicted as well. Not like they just forget. And obviously running from the feds is a case. Don't run from the feds. This absolutely could be a case if he was severely injured. It doesn't appear that way, but this was an intentional act. This was battery. Just because they meant to have him face plant into the cake and they didn't, doesn't excuse the fact that they intentionally tried to slam his head down.
It was just a small thing.
This is a case. If this motorcycle thing ran somebody over or hurt somebody, absolutely a case. It's negligent to try to pile on all of these boxes without securing them on just a motorcycle pickup bed. Yes, obviously a case. What did this guy really think was gonna happen with this huge, are these trees? With this very heavy payload, he's going to go down a ramp, not just a ramp, but a ramp that is moving downhill. What did he think was gonna happen? Yes, absolutely a case. Is this a case? Maybe there's an assumption of the risk argument because they're all ATVing off-road or whatever, but, you know, it's a runaway ATV. So I'm gonna wanna know more information, where they are. Is this a ATV park? What was the owner doing that made the ATV run away? Was it an acceptable practice? These are things that I just don't know from this video, but, I mean, yes, it could very well be a case.
Wow.
How soft is this? Apparently it's not very soft. No case. He did that to himself.
Minutes ago, our clearest picture yet of the landing, pulled off by that passenger with absolutely no flight experience who grabbed the controls and landed the plane in West Palm Beach when the pilot had a medical emergency.
What? This is why I tell y'all, my rule for flying, 2 engines, 2 pilots. If a plane does not have 2 engines or 2 pilots, I will not get on it. This plane had 1 engine and 1 pilot. Recipe for disaster.
Mid-flight over the ocean.
A medical emergency, whatever you want to call it, that don't explain the half-empty bottle of Jack Daniels I found in the cockpit.
Okay, this is clearly a joke. This has to be a joke. God, I hope it's a joke. I still stand by my statement of 2 engines, 2 pilots. Requirement. So I wouldn't say this is vandalism or destruction of property because nothing appeared to get damaged. So maybe this is a case, maybe this is attempted vandalism. Big brain. So I'm gonna go case. I'm gonna go case. Light case. Very light. Misdemeanor. Misdemeanor for sure. Okay, so this clip is actually a reference to if you're getting interrogated by the police and they give you some water, you drink it, and maybe you throw the cup away. The police can take that cup and get your DNA and, get DNA evidence. I'm not gonna go out and say that it happens all the time, but it can happen, and it has happened. So, drink water with caution and call your lawyer.
Oh shit, who invited these guys?
Leave it to the cops to always kill the vibe. Way to go. I hope you're happy. Oh! Case, I don't know if you want to sue your own father, but, that's definitely the tort of battery, harmful or offensive contact. Yeah.
He's a freaking daredevil. He doesn't want to.
Is this a case? No. More so than just that, I don't know what this guy was thinking. Look how little this ramp is. You're gonna try to go over the mailbox? Look at this angle. The angles just don't work. You need the ramp to be angled, more higher, up. A higher angle ramp. Oh. So, luckily, no case because nothing happened, but this happens a lot more than you think. One of the first cases I ever got when I started my own law firm was an 18-wheeler was driving with a shipping container. The shipping container was too big. The 18-wheeler went under a bridge and boom, right on my client. This gives me the impression that it was a really windy day outside because I don't see any other factors that would cause this thing to tilt. Maybe a turn that was too quick, but it was probably really windy. They probably were also turning or operating the vehicle unsafely. Let me just be short. If you are worried that your vehicle might capsize, you should probably not be on the road at that time. Did somebody do that on purpose? So the short answer is yes, that's a case from the tort side. That is battery, harmful or offensive contact. Just because you weren't actually injured, that is still harmful or offensive. You literally pulled off her wig. Additionally, it could be theft or vandalism from the criminal side of things. And I don't think this was fake. Obviously, the guy filming knew what was gonna happen because why else would you be filming? But these reactions look legit. I'm gonna go case. I'm going case. Don't do this.
Have you dropped any drinks yet off those trays? No, I haven't. Here's your sweet tea.
You jinxed him. No. Honestly, that's on the person filming. Why would you do that? Would you go up to a pitcher who's throwing a perfect game in the bottom of the 8th inning and say, "You're pitching great tonight. You're throwing a perfect game"? Why would you inquire with your waiter whether or not he's dropped drinks? Unless it was on purpose. I don't know, I'm just saying. That's it for today's video. Bye.
He's a catastrophic injury attorney who accidentally became a YouTuber. Attorney Tom.